Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crusade with me, where we slow down, tune in, and reflect on what really matters. I'm your host, Dave, and today, I still have the smell of sawdust in my nose, the sound of horses in my ears, and a peaceful little buzz in my chest from a week that reminded me life works best when we learn it, or when we lean into it with intention, humility, and a little dust on our boots. So this episode is a full circle recap of the Jasper County 4-H Fair, right there in Rensselaer, Indiana. And if you think this is just going to be a rundown of who won what ribbon, well, you're in for a surprise. I don't have those results, for one. Number two is this episode is about something a little bit deeper than that. It's about what we learn from animals, from young people, from dust and wind and sweat. It's about what happens when we show up with love, with discipline, with presence. It's about how fairgrounds can become classrooms, how horses can become teachers, and how a mother walking a horse beside her son can become a sermon without a single word. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's ride. Good morning, my queen. How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm here in my jam-jams. You got me a little clump there. I thought I was going to spew out emotions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get to that story.
I know. But I was holding those emotions back, and I thought I was going to go.
Oh. No, it was a good fair. It's always fun to. Okay, look, this is, and any horse people out there listening. I mean, if you own a horse and you do this type of thing, which obviously we don't, we're only doing this for our granddaughter. I've always thought that horse people are crazy.
Yes. You say that many times. In fact, we were standing outside with the judge during the break, and I did not realize she was one of the judges. I just thought it was the lady you were talking to, and I made that comment about that you think horse people are crazy people. She did not take offense to that. I think she actually agreed with that. I'm like, oopsie.
But
I stepped in it, almost literally.
Well,
you got to be careful where you walk around there.
I'm sure we stepped.
Yeah,
in it
I ruined
week.
a good pair of Birkenstocks this week. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, I don't know why you took Birkenstocks to a county fair, but anyway. Now, I didn't wear boots all week. I wore my Hey Dudes.
Your Hey Dudes, yeah.
But
it was a hot one.
It was extremely warm and humid. And so that played into it all week. When I say all week, we were there 3 solid days.
I was there 4.
What?
I was there 4. I was there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were. That's right, because I came in Monday night. Yeah, I worked Monday. That's right. But, our little sweet pea had a really great fair.
And you got her. Well, there was bets flowing around, even on this podcast, that you would not call her Sweet Pea.
I did.
You were warned, our daughter, and sometimes when someone tells you no, you're going to do it. But you got it in there. We all got, at that point, we kind of cheered. But at the end of the last day, you said her name, and you got Sweet Pea in the middle of it. And I think it was kind of sweet, though, because by then everybody knew who you were. But
right.
You snuck it in there because obviously her name was called a lot. I mean, there's fabulous writers out there, and I would like to say, we've been doing this for 10 years.
Well,
we show up to a couple a year.
We don't. Yeah, we don't. We don't
Well,
know much. I don't know much.
I've said that to someone else. We don't know, and I learned a lot.
Yes,
because we're there all day for I mean, there was 3 days of showing.
14 hours a day.
Yeah. But what I appreciated about the judge that judged for 2 days
That was the horsemanship side, yeah.
Was what I appreciated about her was you could tell just by her, because of course I can't hear what she's saying to the kids that are entering the arena, and while she's judging, she welcomed them first and foremost with the most warm smile.
Yes.
She talked to them intently, and by the way the kids' faces were responding to her, you could tell that there was interaction. She was asking them questions, and I could tell that was just different from other shows that we had been to. Or
she was good.
Yes, and so I was kind of hoping I'd have an opportunity to say that to her, because I don't know if there's a lot of interactions with Judge. Although I learned, through you, there were some interactions between judges and parents, and not in a positive way.
Well,
and obviously, I'm just a grandparent. I don't know much, so. But my mother told me
her
a long
name.
time.
She was a judge from Michigan. She was judging she was judging the pleasure class and the halter classes. So it was 2 days of that, and then the last day was gaming, and we had a different judge for that. But the one who did the first 2 days, she was from South Central Michigan, and her name was Amy Frank, and she was phenomenal, phenomenal. And so give a shout out to her. And then we had a different judge for gaming, and you think, well, why would you have a judge for gaming? That's all time, and they had a timer. Well, guess what? There's a reason to have a judge, because there are still rules, and
she's was from the Purdue Extension office.
No. That was that one intern that was bopping around.
Oh, I thought she said that's where she was from because she was enforcing some rules.
Right.
And she said that's why another reason why she was there. So
right, yeah.
I mean, obviously the Jasper County, which is a county that they're in, is all of that 4-H program is from Purdue University. Is kind of what oversees that extension.
And there was a young girl there from Purdue. She was doing an internship, and her name was, I don't remember her last name.
Summer
was her first name. I think it was, well, I'm not going to say it because I think that's not important.
You're not sure.
And she was phenomenal, and she did a lot of great things. She's just a tremendous help. And it was really hot and humid on Wednesday.
And those kids, let me tell you, especially the English Western pleasure, those girls and some of the guys, I mean, they wear the long pants long shirts with the jackets and
for English, right?
With the long boots to the knees, and I mean, oh my goodness! And they're out in the sun before they enter the arena. I mean, I'm sitting there with a tank top on, sweating.
Shorts, right.
My neck, my chest, just everything. You just can't. It's 97 degrees. It's just miserable. And here they are with.
I heard that. I heard it was miserable.
Yeah, as you would come down from your perch, and you said, "Oh, I have to come down so I can warm up." I had words for you.
Well, and then separate from the fair, your mom had company at the fair.
2 days in a row.
Yeah, the old ladies club got together.
Yes, yes, they did, and they kind of took the heat a heck of a lot better than
I know
we did.
Well, that shouldn't shock you.
No,
I mean,
my mom used to just sit outside every day. She
like
goes outside and does her word searches in the blazing sun,
and loves it.
Yes,
and then comes in the house and covers up under a blanket.
Yes. So my catching up with old friends continued, because then the next day, my mom's old friend brought her daughter, who was someone from our growing up in our youth group. And so that was lovely.
Yes.
And it was nice to reconnect.
I called her a cock, and she said, "What do you mean? Why are you calling me a cock?" I said, Well, because you're a Church of Christ kid.
Yeah.
She started laughing.
So that was just so good for the soul.
It was. It was good. It was very nice. But there's a lesson to be learned in all of this in the arena, and there's something ancient about a horse show.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my mind goes. You know me, I'm a little odd duck. The dust on my hey dudes in the early morning tension, the quiet concentration before a class starts, because it's not loud, it's not flashy, but it is alive. Mm-hmm. When I would arrive there a half hour before anything started, and there's just horses and groups of people, and nobody's talking. So there's a rhythm there.
Mm-hmm.
So all week long, I watch kids move with their animals, not against them. And that's a powerful distinction, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A good rider doesn't control the horse. They partner with it.
Mm-hmm.
They adjust. They feel. They listen. Because as I said last week, horses don't lie,
Mm-hmm.
right? It tells you if you're tense. It mirrors your energy. It responds to your state of mind. And this is what we are missing in most of our lives. That mirror. That feedback loop.
Mm-hmm.
That reminder to breathe, to soften, to listen, instead of push. They send a lot of different classes, and when they had, what do they call that, ranch, where they had to go through the different circle, and then they had to go over the timbers and then come around,
Mm-hmm.
and that's ranch. And the horse, they had to go over that wooden bridge.
Yes.
The horse just stopped. It balked. It doesn't want to,
Yeah.
And she didn't yank on the reins and get angry.
Mm-hmm.
She just paused. She just breathed. And then she reached forward and she stroked the horse's neck.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
That horse eventually crossed. And they crossed that bridge together.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, that's wisdom in motion. And I'm talking about a young girl. Now let's talk about.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
I want you to picture this clearly, all right? I mean, it's hot. There's 3 days, every single class, and not every event, but there were most events, and I think every gaming event that he was eligible for. We watched a mother and a son, the same gentle, devoted mother leading her son who has special needs on a horseback. That's not rushing, not pushing, just walking beside him, hand on a lead rope, heart fully engaged. If you saw it, you felt it. You could almost hear the ground hum under their feet. There was something timeless about it. It was a living parable. She never made it about her, never demanded attention, just quietly gave everything she had so that her son could experience the moment, and he did. And it was a blast to watch. This wasn't therapy. This wasn't performance. This was presence. And that's a word we toss around a lot, presence. But this was it. Pure, humble, powerful. No one had to say a thing. The message was embodied in motion. She was there for safety reasons. Mm-hmm. He did a lot of this himself. Matter of fact, he won a
grand champion.
A grand champion award, yes.
He moved.
But he
put his feet into the horse. He steered that horse. He moved the reins. It was not a gimme.
No. But Mom was saying, I'll walk beside you. I will help carry the weight. I will make sure you get your moment under the lights. Mm-hmm. And he did. And he enjoyed every minute of it.
Yes. He waved to the crowd.
Smiling and waving. And you know what? It worked. Every class, that young man rode taller, smiled brighter, and waved.
High-fived whoever he could.
Yes. And you could see his confidence grow. You could see something sacred taking root, not through force, but through quiet consistency. And isn't that what we really all want? Mm-hmm. Not a hero who swoops in and fixes everything, but someone who walks beside us consistently and without applause. Mm-hmm. So, I was in the booth, and so on gaming day, I asked the scorekeeper, I says, are there awards for, Mom here? Mm-hmm. Now, because of the heat, the judge had stated, they can wear T-shirts. Mm-hmm. She said they could wear tank tops, but it's a family show. Everything has to be covered. Mm-hmm. Right? See, right. She was, it was oppressively hot.
Yes.
And here's Mom.
In a long sleeve shirt?
No. She had on T-shirt and shorts.
Oh, did she? Okay.
But she had on those Hey Dude boots, leather boots or whatever. Uh-huh. Running barrels.
Yes.
Right? That's
which is
covering the entire
arena,
mm-hmm. Right? Running barrels. Doing the plug race, doing all the poles. Mm-hmm.
Leading the horse.
Well, just being there with the horse, right? Yep. Yes. Yeah. And that was amazing to see. That was fabulous. So, but horse people are crazy, and they all know her and they all love her, Mom and her son.
Right.
So we were prodding her on to run faster.
That might be a little mean.
But that was one of my greatest takeaways this week was watching them.
Yeah. It was something. It was a heart tugger.
It was. It was good though.
It was, but it was a happy heart tugger.
It was.
Yeah, it was not sad. No. It was not depressing. It was one of those that it was just, it puts
hope back in you about humanity.
I mean, and now because he won a grand champion, he gets to go to State Fair.
Correct.
And I do believe when Raylan went to State Fair, when we went to see Raylan at State Fair, I believe he was there.
Yes, he's won.
I remember seeing him. Yeah. Uh-huh. So it's not his first rodeo.
No, not like it was mine, but anyway.
Yeah. But yes, it's a great story.
It is. It really is. And it's even better to watch. I mean, we can't do it justice by talking through this.
It is a positive on both sides. I mean, Mom definitely has done a wonderful job.
Yes. And I know that's Mom, and there's a support group there. And that's the thing about all of this. Mm-hmm. That support group. When we went from, I can't remember we were putting fences up in the covered arena, but they had to do different cones and all that stuff. Remember all the people that rush out there to help do that?
Yes.
They're all volunteers.
They're jumping fences.
They're not paid. They're just lending a hand, helping out. Yeah. That is freaking awesome. And a lot of dads, I think of Eric. Eric was valuably helpful. Mm-hmm.
That whole family.
The whole family. But Eric was running gates. I mean, he was from day one. Mm-hmm. But you're right. That entire family, at one point, all the guys jumped the
They
gates
jumped
to
the
help.
fence. Yeah.
And we saw that event after event after event. So I hope the kids recognize that.
Mm-hmm.
All these people are coming together for you, for these kids.
Right.
And for the kids themselves, these aren't just animal lovers.
Right.
They're craftsmen, artists. You know what? When the good ones, they're warriors of routine.
Yes. Yeah.
Because what you see in the show ring is only about 5% of the work.
Mm-hmm.
The rest happens in the early mornings, in the stalls, in the barns, in the everyday grind of brushing, scooping, lunging, feeding, conditioning, and failing, and then doing it again. So this year's fair was filled with kids who didn't just show up to win. They showed up to grow. And that's worth way more than a ribbon or a buckle.
Right.
I saw kids who didn't place, but still smiled.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulated their peers.
There was a lot of that.
And they walked out like champions. I saw beginners all trembly and scared and anxious before their class, but gather themselves up and step into the arena and finish strong. I saw older kids take time to help younger kids. Tighten the girth, check a bit, offer a calm word when a pony got spooked. And that's what matters. That's what lasts. A girl had told me she had not slept the night before her first horsemanship class. I asked her if she wanted to quit. She said, no, I just wanted to remember it. Now that's courage. That's growth. And we just need to take a second to zoom out for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fairs like this remind us, or they remind me, that we're not machines. We're not meant to go full speed, nonstop, all year long. There's a natural rhythm to life. And just like in nature, just like in horses, there's a time for preparation and there's a time for performance, a time for rest, and a time for letting go. This is what I learned. You can't yank a horse through a class and expect it to trust you. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't yank yourself through life without breaking down. The fair reminded me to slow down, to observe more, to speak less, to notice the moments rather than trying to win it. Made me think of an old country music song, not that old, it was a Garth Brooks. But life is a dance, right? A current that flows through the way a horse flicks its ears, the way the sun bakes the metal bleachers, the way parents lean on fences while watching their kids with quiet pride. The question isn't, are you winning? It's, are you flowing? Are you attuned to the moment? Or are you resisting it? So, as we kind of wind this down to close today, I want to leave you with a few reflections, some things that I thought, and then I'll get your final thoughts, my love. These reflections for me have been something like trail markers for our own journey this week. I just made a couple notes. So, presence over perfection.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Show up. Do your best. Let it go. And those young girls taught me this. Gentleness is strength.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to shout to be heard. Sometimes the quietest gesture has the loudest impact. And this one, effort is never wasted. Whether you win or not, the work you put in always gives you something back. Sometimes it's growth. Sometimes it's peace. Sometimes it's simply knowing you didn't give up. And love moves at a walking pace, right? Whether you're leading a child on a horse or your own heart through something hard, don't rush. Take that next step, then the next. And finally, flow with life, not against it. This week, when something throws you off, ask, am I resisting or can I adapt? Just some things I wanted to put out there for my queen. Do you have any final thoughts or recaps that you would like to share that we have not?
Maybe a few. I was going to say that to the parents or caregivers, the leaders, whomever, just maybe take stock when you are having a reaction maybe to situations that arise,
Mm-hmm.
or a reaction to how your child placed. Maybe it's not what you thought they should do. And trust me, I've been there when I thought, our sweet pea got better. And I realized I shouldn't have a comment because I really don't know how this all goes.
Yeah.
But, I'm thinking, oh, she had a beautiful ride.
We know which end.
How did she come in fifth?
We know which end to put the hay in,
Yeah.
which end the hay comes out of, right?
Yeah.
Beyond that.
And then I think, oh, she messed up. That wasn't right. And then she's in first place. So I've realized I should have absolutely no opinion about anything because I don't really know what I'm looking at. But anyways, just like all things that we participate in, things have a darker side to it. There's fighting, there's that.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to think, because 4-H is a wonderful program for building character, and it's just such a wonderful thing. I did see, because I'm not in it, I did see a lot of things that I don't like,
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to caution people, parents.
Right.
Kids are always watching, and how you react to something
Correct.
is going to impact them. And they're still at that age where they're just so innocent. And maybe not. Because there's teenagers that go to 18.
Right.
but you're really making an impression on them. So try to keep the drama to a minimum.
And listen to one of our last week episode
Right.
about
And
soap operas of
right.
life. Right.
And so when you're telling these lovely stories about, the mom and the son, I'm trying not to say his name, but
Right.
those are the wonderful stories. Just
Yeah, absolutely.
and just, celebrate the progress, the victories, and just keep, yeah.
Well, that drama, that bullshit's everywhere, right? I mean, you
I
can't
know
get
it
out
is,
of it.
but
And I'm embarrassed.
I understand that, but
You
just-
reminded me, we were younger.
Yeah.
We were fully into that nonsense, and I led a lot of that, which I'm so embarrassed of now, in Pop Warner.
No.
What was that? 30 years ago, not 30, but 20.
More than
probably,
25.
Yeah, more than 25 years ago. I'm so embarrassed of, trying to be the knight in shining armor, got to defend these kids, got to take care of the kids, blah, 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 blah. You know what? And the scope of things.
But sometimes
seriously,
the lines get murky. And
it does.
Then you start attacking characters, and
It's silly.
we talked
It's
about
silly.
that.
It's terrible. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
It's like just put the
So
word.
you're talking about that out of experience.
I am.
And most of this podcast, that's all I ever really
Right.
do. I'm not talking like I'm some master, I've got some degree and
Yeah.
none of that. None of that. I'm
Right.
talking about just life experience.
Right. So we saw a lot of that, and I just tried to just stay cool and hydrated. But so that, and the other
No,
thing I was
that's a
going to
great
say
point.
is, while all of this is going on, a lot of these kids have animals on the opposite side of the fair.
You're right.
And so,
Well, at this fair, the equestrian is on the south end, and the rest of the animals, because you got the arenas and
Right.
all that for showing,
right,
the rest of the animals, so like bunnies and ducks and cattle even,
cows
are all
and
on the north end
pigs.
of and
Right.
goats on
And
the north
so-
end of the arena, or
right.
north end of the county fair itself.
right. And so at the end of fair, so obviously yesterday, they then auction off their animals, or some of the animals. And so whenever there's a break or whatever, my daughter would have to go feed my granddaughter's chickens and ducks, which, she got as little things. And then
Right.
one of the things that she had to do was grow these 2 ducks, and they had to be, as they grew, they had to be perfectly matched. Same height, same size, same look about them, everything.
That didn't work out.
That didn't work out, as she texted me yesterday. So, we ran back and forth and trying to feed them, because obviously she's showing. So we're feeding and watering ducks all week. So yesterday she texted me, and she sends a picture, and our sweet pea is holding a duck. And she goes, "We're walking into the auction, and the other duck drops dead."
It died.
It died. But the good news is the one duck yielded $700
At the auction, yeah.
I'm like, Mom, I got us a new business. We're going to start raising ducks for the
4-H.
grandkids to sell at the. But anyways, to that point is, they're not just showing horses, riding horses, showing. They have other projects. She had a photography project. She had
Right,
chickens that were
right.
the ugliest, skinniest looking things. They look like road runners. But anyways, they're doing all this. But the amazing thing is, in these kids' minds, they separate their animals into like categories. So there's the
Yes,
horse.
yes.
They have pets at home. And then they also have animals, like they had hogs. They raised hogs for a while.
For sustenance.
And so they are able to divide in their minds, which I think is a wonderful thing, because I was a
right.
grown human being raising a family, and I could not
when we went to the
compartmentalize
when we
all
went
of
to the
that.
farm one Sunday
And we're
for
eating
dinner.
ham, and I'm looking at the hogs, and I'm like in tears, and I'm like, had to be excused to the bathroom, because I'm like, I can't do this. But at least my grandchildren are like, if their family dog dies,
They're sad.
they're brokenhearted. When
Yes.
one of their horses died, their world
Brokenhearted.
crumbled. But the duck died, and she's like, okay, whatever. We got to go hurry up and get to the arena so we can auction off this other. It's
Right.
because she went there knowing she was not coming home with those ducks. It's like, okay,
But that's great that they are learning this early.
right.
right? That
they played with the
be able
hogs all summer long,
but they knew.
And then they knew, okay, they're going, and we're going to eat them.
Correct.
And Mimi and Papa's going to get one, and they're going to eat it. And we named them, we picked them out, and it was fine. Nobody cried. But man, when the dog got run over by their mother, I'm in so much.
You got to bring that up.
I'm going to be in so much trouble for that. But I thought it was terrible. All right.
It wasn't funny. It was tragic to them.
No.
You're digging a hole. Give me that damn shovel, all right?
She's going to give me a cease and desist. Cease and desist. I'm done. It's over. I'm in so much trouble.
And I don't know, my poor son-in-law, I don't know what his title was.
He's
horse shit superintendent or what?
He's a superintendent of the horse and pony,
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and Eric is
he? Eric is okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know if they're or
but
assistant.
those are all volunteer positions. Mm-hmm. All right, I want to be real clear. That's all volunteer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. Okay, so Eric and Matt are okay. That makes sense. And that
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Cohen was going to be a co-assistant, but he was too busy eating, going back to the hotel with us, swimming.
And for 2 years, we have done a really good job of eating clean, as you would say.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn difficult to eat clean at a freaking county fair.
Yeah.
Holy
definitely.
Mackerel.
So that's my 2 cents before I stepped in it with our daughter.
Yeah, you are.
I'm going to get nasty grams about 20 minutes after this drops
tomorrow. No, like I walking with me. So I want to thank everybody for listening to this and then like walking with us through the dust and the soul of the Jasper County 4-H Fair. And to every kid who gave their best, to every parent who quietly cheered, and to every volunteer who kept things moving. And that is a very loose statement, I want to be clear, because I know horse people, now it's proven to me, it's not even a thought, it's knowledge that I know that horse people are crazy. Obviously, none of them own a freaking watch. All right, because a guy who's kind of a systems guy, this is a little bit of a train wreck. There's no freaking, because I thought okay, we begin at 9 o'clock means we begin at 9 o'clock. I didn't know that was a rough
estimate,
a guide. So I'm sitting in the chair ready. Should we announce the first class? Oh, no. We got to wait for oh my God. Anyway.
Yeah.
That took a lot of getting used to. We're going to take a half hour for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
55 minutes later, I'm like, do you want me to announce? I'm like, yeah, I don't think any of them have a freaking watch.
They all have phones.
Yeah, you're right. But there's a lot of volunteers. There are a lot of volunteers.
Yeah.
And they keep things moving at a snail's pace sometimes, horse speed, whatever that means, horse pace. And to that one mom who walked with her son through it all, thank you.
Yes.
You reminded us all of what really matters.
Yes.
And that's our recap. So until next time, friends, flow easy, show up, stay soft where it counts, and never stop crusading for a better way. And I'll see you on the trail. And until then, always crusade with me.